Hello everybody and welcome to the Astro Flower. This is going to be a video about finding the point zero within your spirit, within your physical body, your mind and your energy. Okay, because if we want to do any form of energy work, this is one of the keys that we need to be very familiar with, where you can find your neutral point very quickly within 2 respirations. Okay, so there is going to be an exercise at the end of this video, and if you wish to participate in this exercise, it's absolutely brilliant. I'll explain a lot more about it at the end of this video, but we will be sharing the results of this experience that we will all be doing on an individual basis in the live on Sunday night at 9 o'clock UK time in the evening. That's 21 hours GMT time. Okay, so keep the results to yourself. Please don't put them in the comments, because I don't want to influence other people that are watching the video, and we can share in the comments in the live. Okay, so we will be doing that experience at the end. Let's get on to what the point zero is within life. Okay, it is that moment of stillness that we all have moments of, and finding that point zero can sometimes be very complicated in life because there's so much going on. But it is really a complete deconnection to everything that is around us, but at the same time being totally connected to everything. It is a very fine line. It's almost like standing in the doorway between one world and another. And that is the point zero. And the reason we have this point zero, and why it is so important when working with energy, is because if you imagine a mill pond that's as still as anything, and you drop a stone in the middle of that mill pond, those ripples are going to touch every side of that mill pond in some form or another. So if we are still like that mill pond, we will recognize when there is a change in the energy around us very quickly. And that's when we can start working on energy. So it's finding that neutral point, which is really important. Now that neutral point and how we get to it will depend largely upon you or myself as an individual. If you imagine the point zero is in the center of a sphere, and how we get to that point is multitudes of possibilities. There's multitudes of access to that point zero. But there seems to be the physical, mental, and emotional side that we need to have a certain control over in order to find that stillness and that neutral point. So let's start off with the first aspect, which is the physical side. Now this is going to help on also your mental side and on your emotional side. And I do lots of different types of breathing exercises as a personal sort of thing. You can find multitudes of breathing exercises upon YouTube. There's loads of out there, absolutely fantastic. But I use a very simple method, just 2 breaths in order to find that neutral point within my physical body, within the flow of energy and the connection to the physical body. Now, this will help if you have yourself a cup of tea or a glass of water. So pause the video if you need to and go and grab yourself something. Great. Now you have this cup of tea, okay, or this glass of water. I want you to take a mouthful, just a normal mouthful, and observe as you swallow normally, observe what your tongue does. Okay, so your tongue tends to push at the top of the palate, and then it pushes everything gradually backwards like in a wave formation, and it pushes the tea or the water down into the body. This is the same thing when breathing. when also we're connecting with the energy, because we have that energy point which is behind the two front teeth in the palate, which the tongue will touch upon at the beginning of the breath, and as it goes back it will connect with that energy in a way that will still your energy and have your energy in the same vibration as the general energy that is around you. Okay? And as we breathe in through the nose and we exhale through the mouth. Okay? So you should be able to do it in 2 respirations. So we're going to do it now. Okay, are you ready? There we go. Just pause. Now, like with any type of meditation, when we place the tongue on the palate, the front of the palate, at the top of the roof of the mouth, that is when we have that moment of pause. Then we breathe in, and when we release the tongue from the roof of the mouth, that's when we have the moment of pause again before exhalation. Okay? So already my body has relaxed. My muscles have relaxed. I can start feeling a lot more in the way of calmness within the muscles. The circulation within my body is working better. My health is generally better because of it. And this is why we do meditation, because it gets us in alignment with the energies that are around us. Now let's move on to the second stage, which emotions. We'll start with that. Emotionally detaching to the world that is around us. So it is raining here, it is sunny here, there is different types of changing within the weather that is around me. And the idea is to remain constant regardless of what is happening. These emotions can be attached to everyday life. Clearing out the day of what we've been experiencing and so forth. But also when you're working with energy, and especially if you're working with another person, you need to be attached to the emotions of the person that is in front of you. So at this point here, the best way to do it, as you are breathing, and this is why we can do this in 2 breaths. So as you are breathing, imagine you have a ball of energy that's around this point here. It's not in the heart chakra and it's not in the solar plexus, but you just visualize that ball of energy that can go up to your crown, but at the same time it goes down to your feet. So it separates and goes down and up, and then with the exhalation it goes down, meets the middle point, respiration, pause, exhalation, pause. So if we do it one time quite quickly, as it needs to be, okay? So So now I am detached from all forms of emotions within my life, within the world that is around us, with any sort of complications in regards to the energies that are around us. I have found that neutral point there. the next step is the mind. Now, the mind can only work at overtime if we feed it energy. So the idea is, once we have that vertical energy that goes between the crown and the root chakra, that raison d'etre that moves up and down, and it goes in both ways at the same time. Okay? So as it goes up and down, that's the Kundalini within us. Okay? And then you have the ones that attach to the emotional side. Now, this is a similar sort of thing. This is why I'm sort of saying the mind and the emotions go together in a way. And you can't really detach them. But the emotional side of our energy is the horizontal chakras. The sacrum, solar plexus, heart, third eye and throat chakra. That's the 4. That's why we have 5 chakras and not 7. But a video for another day. So within that respiration, the idea is allowing, when you see that ball going up and going down, every time it goes up and every time it goes down, as it goes through past the third eye, past the sacrum at the bottom, you get this visualize of lights just going ding, 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 as it goes up and down. And that will withdraw the unique energy that you have within your mind's eye. Okay? So let's just try that one time so you can get into it. The vertical energies, are you ready? Here we go with the respiration, and we respire. We inhale. Dum, dum, dum. And as it comes back down, I'm exhaling. I have that moment of pause. And each time it's taking as well the energy from the mind and placing it gently across every line of energy of chakras that are within me. So I find that neutral point on the mental, emotional and physical side of life. Okay? The thing that will tie it all together is now starting to use your third eye, and rather than your eyes. That is the most difficult thing to cut off, because things are moving around us. I have Cody that's just behind you, just over there, and there's activities. Obviously that then encourages the emotions and etc. So here we need to start with the eyes, with your view. You choose a focal point. I'll do it by not looking into the camera, because otherwise that is a focal point. I choose a focal point which is just behind the camera, and I allow that focal point to be in the middle of air. So I'm not actually focusing on something physical. And that will allow the tension to go out of the energy that is around you. Okay? So you get that midpoint, so you're very much more concentrated on the periphery. And the moment you start doing that, that is the part of your eye that is magnetic, that can feel the energy. And because that part of your eye can feel the energy, once you relax that part of the eye, it can then start playing with the energies that are around you. You risk to see energy when you do this, because energy will show you what you're ready to see when you are ready within you, as it were. Okay, so let's just do that. So choose a point in the middle of the air, as it were, so you're not focusing on one thing. Okay, that's really good. Okay, and now we're going to go for the breath, and we're going to have the vertical ball of energy that goes up and down as it goes past the chakras. It just gives it a nice sort of energy that goes through. You can picture the colors as well, just to sort of help you, but you need to reduce what you're trying to picture within your mind, so you just trust that ding, 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 as it goes through the chakras, okay? So let's breathe in, let's go for it. Now I start to lose the definition of anything that is man-made. And the only thing that I can see that has true definition is that of part of nature, of what nature has made. The individual life force that is in every blade of grass, tree, bush, bird, you, me. I could sit here for days. Now, let's get on to that experience. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through getting back to that point 0 again. And then once we're in that point 0, I am going to ask you to focus on a particular part of life or of something within your life, which we all have in common. Now that will demand a bit of the mental side to actually recognize what you're feeling, seeing it within your mind's eye, but without holding on to it. Don't forget, we want to constantly go back to the central point so we can feel and say, what is that? Once we know, we can then retract and go back. So I will ask you firstly a question that is concerned with your star sign, for example, and I will be asking you to see which point of your body speaks to you when you think about your star sign. Okay? So that will be the first question in that part. So you're feeling your chakras. So I want you to have the first impression of which chakra is speaking to you most. As I said, there is no correct answer here. There is only your answer. I will be giving you my answer on the live, and you will be giving yours, and we will be able to see if there is some sort of connection between star signs. It is a very interesting experience. Okay? The second question, because you will retain that moment of neutrality, the second question, okay, I want you to see what type of body, what part of your body, sorry, you are feeling with 2 words I will give you. And they are emotionally based words, okay? And that will also be able to analyze that according to our star signs, okay? So let's get back to that point 0. I will talk you through it, and then I will do the exercise by myself, and I will tell you my results as well, okay? But I need to engage my mentor a little bit too much in order to give you a full true answer. So I would prefer not to be. Okay? So I will talk you through your moment of point zero. So if you're ready, just relax. Okay. We're finding that neutral point. So get ready. 3, 2, 1. And you start breathing it in, allowing your tongue to go towards the back of your palate. Those energies that are moving up and down, it signals in each chakra. Your focal point is being lost into the well that is just around you. So you can see in your periphery vision. And then we inhale again. Allow our energy to grow, expand in certain areas, exhale. Neutral points, inhale. And now you should have everything calm within you. Now, I would like you just to visualize which chakra speaks to you when you say to yourself, your star sign. Capricorn. Usually your first answer is the true answer to you. Now find that neutral point again. Should be a lot easier within one breath. Now I want you to think of an emotion. I want you to think about exhalation, joy. What chakras are speaking to you the most when you start in visualizing those chakras? You may have more than one. Try and recognize the sequence if you can note it down after the video. Okay, let's move on to another side, another emotion. So let's go back to that neutral point. Now we're back in that neutral point. We're looking at courage and determination. As you breathe and you allow that energy to go up and down, you may find it easier to get a response from particular parts of your body. Where do you feel it physically within your body? That may help you. Now I've got my answers. I hope you've got yours. And then we pause and we bring ourselves back into the here and now. I am going to remain in that world because I'm there. So emotionally, physically, mentally, energetically, I am in a position where I can sense everything that is around me and see if there's any complications that I need to help out with. And that's what we do when we start doing healing, or if we're working with the energy of a particular place. But having that neutral point is fundamental, absolutely fundamental. I will be looking forward to what you think and your answers on the live on Sunday, at 9 o'clock in the evening UK time. Now that live will be reposted as a normal video, because YouTube doesn't count any views on my live, so I tend to, after the live, I recorded it and put it back up. If you wish to participate in this experience as if it's live, you're more than welcome to go and join us on that video. Okay, my solar plexus is obviously enjoying itself. Okay, so there you go. That's one of the two videos. We have another video coming out tomorrow, providing I don't get rained upon all this time, which is where we take this point zero and feeling the energies around us and start the process of understanding how, as individuals, we start channeling energy and start channeling the information connected to the energy to help you in your channeling exercises. The more we can become conscious of this and bring it into our everyday life, the better this world will be. The better this world will be. I thank you for the support you give to this channel through subscribing, sharing as well. Share this video, share it everywhere. So the more people we can get involved in this experience, the better the results will be. Okay? But I am looking forward to seeing you on the live on Sunday. Okay? So thanking you very much for all the support you give to this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do end.